If you want to be able to buy the most expensive players and open the best packs in FC25, go to u7buy.com to buy your EA FC 25 coins. It's cheaper than buying FC points and just as reliable. With their already amazing prices, you can get an extra 6% using promo code Inception at checkout. Hey guys, what's going on? Inception here, and welcome to another video. Guys, today we're going to be talking about the upcoming promo. It's going to be for the Trailblazers. We had this promo last year. If I remember correctly, I think the only good thing that happened with the promo when it came to like excitement and making the promo interesting was Rodrigo. Or they released the Rodrigo card, and that was pretty much like the main thing, right? I don't know if they really released anything else that was like super crazy. I don't remember 100%, but yeah, one of those things, right? One of those things. But anyways, we're going to be talking about Team 1, right? A couple of the players have already been leaked. Some of the SBCs have already been leaked. A lot of interesting stuff to talk about, right? So first and foremost, one of the biggest leaks that we are going to get is the Raphinha SBC, right? So Raphinha SBC is definitely going to be a really, really big one. Christian Pulisic is going to be leaked, or not going to be leaked, but he's been leaked as an SBC or an objective. But Raphinha is definitely going to be the main one to take a look at, right? Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because as of right now, when it comes to the inform version of the Raphinha card, he is the only version that has that left mid position change, right? This version does not. So they're going to add some sort of variable with the new card, probably because this is how they introduce their roles in the game, right? To manipulate people, but it is what it is. But with Raphinha, they're going to be able to probably change his role to the cam position, because he does play there sometimes, or they're going to change his position to left mid as well, or maybe even add both. Who knows, right? So the role and the positions is going to be a really, really big deal. And the reason being for this is because in this game, it does feel really nice to work with a card who has his strong foot on the strong side, because Trivelas are still incredibly effective to use, right? So because they're incredibly effective to use, if they were to provide the inside forward role or whatever role for that left mid position, because even wide playmaker would be fine too, because of that 4-2-3-1 wide that I showed you guys recently, there's a lot of variables to consider there. This is one of the very few left-footed players on the left-hand side if they were to do that. But honestly, even if they changed him into the cam position, that would also be a really big deal to work with, because Raphinha's inform card is pretty decent to work with in game, right? That's why he has maintained his price as an inform, because of the position change and because of the fact that he's a left-footed player in that sided position. So that's like the biggest variable, right? So obviously Raphinha gonna be a really big card to take a look at. The next one is gonna be Pulisic. Pulisic is an interesting one just because of the AC Milan links. The main links to work with right now with Pulisic is definitely going to be to Rafael Leão, as well as the Theo Hernandez card, right? So those are going to be the main ones. There is also going to be a situation where maybe people use the Tamori card. If anybody ended up packing this guy, then they might use him as well, right? So those are going to be like the main links to work with Pulisic. Not really sure what they're going to do with Pulisic, right? Because as of right now, he has left wing, right wing, and the right mid position changes. So maybe again they add a new role to the card. Very curious to see what his upgrades are going to be, because to be honest with you guys, it is a card that I do see people actually trying out in game, again because of those serial links. Because a lot of people right now, even for soft links, they have Duran, they have Duran, right? And you just need like a few AC Milan players, and it's not a hard card to link into your squads, right? As of right now, he has inside forward for everything, so that would be a huge variable to work with. It is a very big role that people work with for the most part nowadays. And, you know, with the playstyles being added to the card too, there is a lot of added variables there as well, right? Erling Haaland is leaked as well. So obviously with Erling Haaland, this card already existed in the player of the month. He has the Poacher Plus Plus. They're probably going to add him into it, maybe give him like a weak foot improvement, maybe add different roles in the card as well, right? Because right now he only has Poacher Plus Plus. I could totally see them like doing like target forward or something, right? Because of him being a physical type attacker. Maybe they give him an advanced forward as well. Like those are the main things that they're going to start adding when it comes to the promos. Very easy to see, to be honest, right? But yeah, with all of those things, I still think that he's very like emphasized in the game, but honestly, his finishing once you get on his left foot is pretty crazy. The reason why I'm talking about the emphasized dribbling is because unless someone is using aggressive tactics against you, if people are parking the bus, it's a little bit tough to score goals with him unless you get like this one law pass opportunity where he can just like shoot right away, right? Because a lot of times it does have to kind of revolve around like a counter attack for him to like really utilize the lengthy parts, getting in behind and whatnot. But I mean, as a physical type attacker, if you enjoy using these players, like they're probably going to be pretty crazy. Still has the acrobatic as well, so that's definitely going to be an interesting one too. Bonmati gets one. Honestly, Bonmati, even right now, is very, very solid to work with. She still maintains a price because, one, she gets links with a lot of the meta players in the game, and two, she has very good roles, right? Playmaker plus is a very big role to work with. Shadow Striker, also a very big role to work with in that cam position. So improvements on her is going to be a very, very interesting variable because on a Shadow chemistry style, this is a card that already has finishing at a 91, right? Shot power at a 79. That could be improved in the future. Base card stats for dribbling could be higher. So she's definitely going to be a very expensive card when she does come out because obviously she looks like a card that would be fantastic in game, right? So definitely definitely an interesting card, right? If you play 4-3-3, if you play 4-4-1-1, like any of those types of things, it's a card that's probably going to do very well in game, right? We have Llorente. Llorente is obviously a really big card too, if it's the same one that I'm thinking of. Let me see here. Marcus Llorente, yeah. So it is the Llorente that I'm thinking of. The reason why this is very important to mention is because if he keeps the position changes that he currently has, this could be a very, very solid right back card. I'm saying could be, but as of right now, people are still using this card in the right back position. The only problem that he has in certain situations that I've noticed is that he lacks in physical in certain areas. But I'm telling you guys that the card is very, very well formatted for the Shadow and could be even better on an anchor if they improve certain areas of the card, right? Because giving him a physical boost would obviously be a really, really big deal, but it depends on how they end up increasing the pace, right? But this card in the right back position, honestly, even I use him on the review account, and in the right back position, he still does a pretty solid job, to be honest. He's actually very solid in this game. Cheap card, good links, right? Who knows what they're going to do with the new card when it comes to position changes and whatnot as well, right? The next one is Cole Palmer. Honestly, the Player of the Month one was pretty good value. I could see him being more expensive when the cards come out. They're probably going to give him a different playstyle plus. I could see that totally happening. Dead Ball is actually a really, really good playstyle to have. If you go on corner kicks and someone pulls out their goalkeeper, you can kind of just like score inside of the net because they're pulling that goalkeeper. But it's also for like free kicks as well. Like free kicks are really crazy because they're super, super accurate if the guy doesn't put him on the wall. And then the other thing too is that the card has really, really cool rolls as well, right? Maybe for the new cards, you never know. Because they've done this for transfer market cards already. They did it for Barcola, where maybe they give him a 4-star weak foot. That would be a really, really huge variable. Maybe they give him finesse shot plus instead of the dead ball plus, right? They always do that with SBCs to transfer market cards, right? They try to change it up a little bit to provide you like different options of like the same card, basically, right? So Palmer could definitely be a really cool option as well. Very, very interesting there. A lot of these cards are Player of the Month cards, eh? Like Kvaratskhelia and stuff as well. Kvaratskhelia is actually very solid in game. I actually like him a lot. I even mentioned this in the SBC review that he's really, really nice to use. It depends on the formations that you use, obviously, because when it comes to roles, he mainly has inside forward plus in the left wing position. But there are formations where you can actually utilize that. I believe in my most recent 4-2-1-3, I think it has the inside forward plus in that specific position. And he would do really well in that sort of area. Like dribbling and stuff, I don't really get too concerned about because players dribble a certain way in this game anyways. Like there's few cards where their dribbling is actually going to be pretty solid. A lot of the female players are usually the ones that actually dribble well, which is why a lot of people, when they have like their competitive teams, are using like Puteles or Patry or even Bonmati as a cheaper alternative because well, Patry is cheaper, but you guys get what I'm saying, because they're more agile, right? Their left stick doesn't feel as like sloppy to work with. But even with Kvaratskhelia, like the roll plus is so noticeable in game in that left wing position that it's just really solid to work with. And he also gives you very good links to the Di Lorenzo card, right? So what can I see them doing with this card? Honestly, I think instead of giving him inside forward plus on the left wing position, maybe they add inside forward plus to the left mid area. And then obviously they would probably just keep him at a 5-star because that is his base mechanics, right? But yeah, they have to obviously add something. I could totally see them, and this would be really, really crazy if they did this as well. I could totally see them doing something to the right mid position as well, right? Because he's a right-footed player, so a lot of the attacking plays that you work with for the most part are, you know, strong foot on the strong side. So that could be something that they do as well. So Kvaratskhelia could definitely be a really crazy one as well. Bastoni, crazy potential with this card. Guys, by the way, people misinterpret when I say potential. I've never tried out certain cards, so I can't say that I know what they're going to be like, okay? Bastoni, the potential on this card is that he could potentially be one of the best center backs in the game. As of right now, he already has intercept plus, and if you take a look at his roles, he has the ball playing defender, which a lot of people actually use, and it ends up working out really nicely for them. But intercept plus, like, brother, imagine you having Bastoni, who gives you links to Duran, which people are still going to use, right? And he gives you links to the other players, like the other Duran, like the midfielder one, the center back Varane, and you're going to have two guys playing in the center back position that are going to have intercept plus. And then what's crazy is that, who knows, maybe for the role they give him a defender plus, right? And then for the meta guys who are more defensive, right, on a defender plus with a shadow chemistry style especially, a lot of crazy stuff to work with there too. So yeah, he has genuinely really, really high potential when it comes to potentially being one of the better center backs in the game. A lot of crazy potential there, but it depends on what they do, right? Obviously depends on what they do. We got Duran. Duran is an interesting one. Maybe they make him similar to like Watkins. You know, Watkins is not really a card that I see people use a lot. It's not a card that people buy. Maybe if they gave him 4-star, I think it'd be, people would be more interested. But I mean, he honestly, I feel like this card could still perform really well in game. Like physical type attackers are actually quite decent this year. Especially for a card like this, you give a Hunter 2, his sprint speed's already high. You don't have skill moves, but you have the weak foot, right? And that's the main thing that you'd work with, because Gyökeres is the same, right? But he has like a 5-star weak foot, which is obviously a huge added variable. But with Duran's card, it's an interesting one because obviously he's performing very well in real life. He's a very, very solid player. But yeah, an upgrade on him would definitely be cool, right? For the Aston Villa fans, for anybody that wants to build, you know, different sort of physical type attackers, I can see him being good. Like if they make him somewhat similar to like a Dovbyk or something, right? I never tried Dovbyk, but I'm saying the way that they format it as a physical type attacker could be really cool for sure. That's Duran. Llorente we just checked out. Magalhães is a really big one too. Gabriel Magalhães for sure. Yeah, that's a big one too, because right now the problem with the card is the way that he's formatted in the pace department for like higher divisions. So as a card that's going to be coming out, I can see them giving him a better pace split so that he can actually be used early on in the game, right? Roles wise, he has stopper plus. Stopper plus is not bad if you have like intercept, but it's not like the most ideal. Like ball playing defender and defender, I think, are like the main ones, but a huge pace upgrade would definitely be really crazy. Maybe if they give him defender plus, that would be really solid as well. But it's mainly in the pace department where the pace split just has to be better, right? If they do that, and then you can provide him with the shadow chemistry style, that's obviously going to be a really big deal to work with because he gives you very good links. Brazilian players, Premier League players, Arsenal players. I know Nep's going to be foaming at the mouth for that card for sure. What else we got here? So we have Gabriel Magalhães, João Garcia. I don't know what this card is, to be honest. Juan Garcia. This one right here. Yeah, it'll be one of those like lower rated ones. Goalkeeper card though, Spanish with La Liga links. I mean, it could be okay if this is the same one. Espanol. Interesting. Yeah, it could be. He could be okay. How tall is he? 6'4". He actually could be decent in game. Potential there. Roles, he has sweeper keeper plus. Okay. And then the last one that we have here is Menguiza. Oh, that's not it. From where? Celta Vigo? Celta Vigo? Well, that link is going to be to Aspas if you do that. That's a triple link setup right there. Ooh, potential. Potential. He can turn into a lengthy. There is potential with that on an anchor or a shadow. Depending if the shadow in the future, depending on the stats that they give, allow you to kind of boost him in that sort of way. Yeah. Interesting. Very interesting. But yeah, that's pretty much it for the ones that we have received so far. If I've missed out on any of the cards, I do apologize. Like, there's obviously some like really cool pictures like this that you guys can see, right, with Bastoni, Palmer, Kvaratskhelia and stuff, right? This is the other link here that you guys can see from the cards that have been linked. So yeah, it's a lot of very interesting cards that could be really, really cool to work with. So yeah, hopefully you guys enjoy this video today. I'll catch you guys for the next one. Peace out, dudes. Love you guys.